world remembers Heath Ledger for one role, the Joker, a performance so powerful that it changed cinema forever. But what most people do not realize is that Heath Ledger never lived to see what that role became. This is not a story about fame. It is a story about timing, about success arriving when a person is already exhausted. Heath Ledger was not born famous. He was born curious, quiet, focused. From a young age, he showed unusual discipline, not loud ambition, but deep concentration. He did not chase attention. He chased craft. Acting was not about popularity for him. It was about control, understanding emotion, understanding human behavior. As his career began to grow, people noticed something different. He was intense, thoughtful, serious beyond his age. Early success came quickly. Films, recognition, opportunities. But fame never sat comfortably on him. He did not enjoy the noise. He did not enjoy promotion. He did not enjoy being watched. He wanted to disappear into roles. As expectations grew, so did his internal pressure. He was praised for going deep, for giving everything to a role, for not holding back. That praise became dangerous because Heath Ledger believed that great work required suffering. He pushed himself further each time. Emotionally, mentally, physically. Rest was optional. Immersion was mandatory. Then came the Dark Knight. This role was not just another character. It was chaos, darkness, psychological intensity. Heath approached it differently. He isolated himself, cut off distractions, studied fear, studied instability. He wanted realism, not imitation. The Joker was not playful to him. It was disturbing, unpredictable, uncomfortable. To create that, he lived inside the character for weeks. Sleep became irregular. Thoughts became darker. Boundaries blurred. This is something many people misunderstand. The Joker did not cause Heath's decline, but it accelerated what already existed. He was already exhausted, already anxious, already struggling with sleep. The role demanded focus, but he had little energy left to give. Still, he delivered. Every scene, every movement, every line. The performance was extraordinary, but it came at a cost. After filming ended, the pressure did not stop. Expectation exploded. Speculation spread. Heath felt the weight, not excitement. Weight. He spoke about insomnia, about racing thoughts, about difficulty shutting his mind off. He did not dramatize it. He minimized it. That is often the most dangerous sign. He continued working, continued planning, continued pushing. He did not see himself as fragile. He saw himself as behind. Success was approaching, but peace was not. The world was preparing to celebrate him. Heath Ledger was trying to survive himself. After filming ended, most people expected relief, completion, closure. For Heath Ledger, nothing slowed down. The character left the screen, but it did not leave his mind. This was not possession. It was exhaustion. Heath had spent months operating at a heightened mental state. Constant focus, constant intensity. When that level drops suddenly, the body does not relax. It resists. Sleep became inconsistent. Nights stretched longer. Thoughts overlapped. He described his mind as unable to turn off. This is important. He was not chasing stimulation. He was chasing rest. But rest felt unreachable. Insomnia is not dramatic. It is quiet. It is repetitive. It is draining. Day after day, fatigue accumulated. He continued working, continued committing. There was no public breakdown, no visible collapse. From the outside, he looked functional. Inside, his margin for error was shrinking. He tried to manage the problem responsibly, seeking help, following advice, but help came in fragments. Temporary solutions, sleep aids, calming prescriptions. Each one addressed symptoms. None addressed the cause. The cause was simple. He was depleted. He had not paused long enough to recover. The industry does not reward pauses. It rewards output. He felt that pressure clearly. His days blended together. Travel, scripts, meetings. Sleep remained irregular. With each attempt to rest, frustration increased. And frustration fuels anxiety. This cycle is difficult to recognize from the inside. He did not feel in danger. He felt behind. He did not want to disappear. He did not want to delay. He wanted to remain reliable, professional. That mindset can be destructive when exhaustion becomes chronic. That perception matters, because people who feel behind push harder, not slower. Medical guidance continued. Adjustments were made. Nothing dramatic, nothing alarming on paper, but the combination grew complex. multiple substances, multiple effects, each one intended to help. Together, they created risk. This is where misunderstanding often begins. Heath Ledger was not reckless. He was compliant. He trusted systems. He followed guidance. But systems are not always coordinated. No single person saw the full picture. That gap matters. During this time, the Dark Knight began gaining attention. Early reactions were strong, very strong. Whispers started, award conversations, industry praise. Heath did not celebrate. Recognition added pressure, not relief. He felt more watched, more evaluated. The irony is painful. The role that would define his legacy arrived at the moment he felt least stable. He was approaching success while running on empty. In private moments, he expressed concern, not fear. Concern. That subtle difference is critical. Concern often goes unheard. The days continued. Plans continued. No emergency. No warning signal loud enough to stop everything. Until one night when rest was attempted again, and the body responded in a way no one expected. Clapperboard Part 3. The night everything stopped. By the time Heath Ledger reached his final days, nothing appeared unusual. There was no public alarm, no visible crisis. He was planning ahead. Future projects, meetings, travel. This is what makes the ending difficult to understand. From the outside, life was moving forward. But exhaustion does not announce itself. It accumulates quietly. In the days leading up, sleep remained inconsistent. Attempts to rest continued. The approach was familiar by now. Medication, adjustment, waiting. There was no intent to escape reality, only a desire to pause it. That night followed the same pattern. A body asking for rest, a mind refusing to slow. What happened next was not dramatic. There was no struggle, no message, no warning, just silence. When he was found, the reality was immediate. Medical examination showed a combination of substances, not an overdose in the way people imagine. There was no single substance responsible. It was interaction. Each medication, on its own, was within prescribed limits. Together, they suppressed vital systems. This is one of the most misunderstood facts. It was not recklessness. It was overlap. The official conclusion reflected this. An accidental death caused by combined effects. The response was instant. News traveled faster than understanding. Headlines simplified. Speculation filled gaps. But simplification hides truth. The truth was uncomfortable. A talented individual followed guidance, trusted systems, and still fell through gaps. The world reacted with shock. Projects paused. Schedules canceled. Plans dissolved. The Dark Knight was unfinished, then completed. When the film released, the response was overwhelming. Praise was universal. Recognition absolute. Awards followed. Posthumous. The performance was declared legendary. But Heath was not there. The celebration happened in absence. There is something deeply unsettling about that. He reached the peak after he was gone. The success arrived when it no longer mattered to him. Friends spoke carefully. They described fatigue, not darkness. Depletion. This distinction matters, because exhaustion looks harmless until it is not. There was no single failure. It was timing, pressure, accumulation. A system that moved too fast to notice someone slowing down. Heath Ledger did not fall. He ran until there was nothing left. When the noise settled, a strange silence followed. People searched for reasons, for villains, for explanations that felt complete. But the truth resisted simplicity. Heath Ledger did not fit a tragic stereotype. He was not reckless. He was not careless. He was not chasing danger. He was doing what the world rewarded him for: commitment, depth, reliability. Modern success often praises endurance over recovery. Heath embodied that expectation. He believed stepping back meant failing. That belief is not personal. It is cultural. High performers are taught to ignore warning signs. Fatigue is reframed as dedication. Silence is mistaken for strength. In creative industries, this pressure is amplified. Your value is tied to output, your relevance to presence. Rest feels like disappearance. Heath did not want to disappear. Even when exhausted, he remained engaged. He did not ask for attention. He did not dramatize struggle. That made his decline invisible. After his death, conversations changed. Slowly, discussions about mental health grew louder, about workload, about recovery. But awareness often arrives after loss. The industry adjusted in small ways. Monitoring increased. schedules reconsidered, support structures mentioned more often, but the core problem remains. We celebrate results, not the cost. The Joker performance became immortal, analyzed, studied, quoted, but the human behind it faded from focus. Heath Ledger is remembered for intensity, but intensity is not identity. He was thoughtful, reserved, curious. He valued craft over fame. That is why his story matters. Because it challenges a dangerous myth, that greatness requires suffering, that pushing through exhaustion is admirable, that stopping is weakness. Heath's life shows something else, that limits are real, and ignoring them does not make them disappear. His legacy is not only cinematic, it is instructional. Success without recovery is unstable. Pressure without pause is unsustainable. The world did not fail Heath Ledger intentionally. It failed him quietly, and quiet failures are the hardest to notice. This story is not meant to scare. It is meant to remind. Behind every performance is a person, and no role is worth disappearing for.